Namaskar friends. As committed during last video, today's video will be on proposed revised Schedule M. Being a pharma professional, we all know that GMP is a dynamic process. So always we believe on the CGMP or CCGMP. Accordingly, our CDSCO also believe on the dynamic process of the GMP. That is why our Schedule M is going to revise. Already draft has been published in 2018 for the comments from the industry professionals. In today's video, we are going to discuss on the what are the contents of proposed revised Schedule M. We compare it with the earlier Schedule M, that is current Schedule M, which was published in 2001. And here, before going for this comparison, I would like to tell you that why this Schedule M is going to be revised. Main reason behind that is we have to stand with the global standards. Our standards should be comparable to the global requirements. And our Schedule M is going to revise to accept or harmonize those processes. Industry professionals requested some areas like considering retest of API, like allowing us to use the API without hampering the shelf life of a finished product. That care has been taken in Schedule M. Also, this Schedule M, revised Schedule M, is more focused on the responsibility of top management towards the quality systems. All heads, including production head, warehousing head, engineering head, quality control head, quality assurance head, are equally responsible for the quality of the product. So GMP is the requirement. GMP is the responsibility of all technical persons along with higher management. That has been clearly defined in the proposed Schedule M. Another area is risk-based approach taken by the CDSCO in the revised Schedule M. One more key area is that in this Schedule M, along with risk assessment, APQR, review of product quality, has been discussed in this proposed Schedule M. So that is another area. Few key areas which are welcomed by the industry, that if you want to go for the reduced testing of the starting raw material, that provision also made in the revised Schedule M based on the vendor qualification as well as the trend data of the received consignment. So this is a good news for the industry professionals. Let us begin with the proposed revised Schedule M requirements. Before that, we will discuss on the background. Current Schedule M was notified in 2001 and it was made effective in 2004. However, extension of 1 year was given to comply with the current Schedule M requirements. So it was made effective in 2005. Indian Regulatory Authority, that is CDSCO, published a draft of proposed revised Schedule M in 2018 in the month of October. The objective behind this revision of Schedule M is the harmonization of quality standards with the globally acceptable standards or global regulatory requirements. Revised Schedule M may be made effective from next year. And as I cleared, our revised Schedule M is based on the current WHO GMP guidelines, WHO TRS. Why WHO guidelines has been accepted by us? Why not US FDA guidelines accepted by us? The reason is that base of all GMP guidelines are same. And another reason is that we Indians are the member of WHO committee among 197 other countries, and WHO GMP guidelines accepted worldwide, including US. So we have considered the base for our revised Schedule M. as a WHO TRS. Now, comparison between current Schedule M and revised Schedule M. That is Schedule M of 2001 and Schedule M of draft which have been published in 2018. In current Schedule M, it is divided in two parts. Proposed Schedule M is divided into 13 parts. Part 1 of current Schedule M, general manufacturing practices for premises and materials, and has subparts as part A, 1A to 1F. 1A is for sterile product, parenteral preparations, B for oral solid dosage form, C for oral liquids, D for topical products, E for metered dosage inhalers, F for active pharmaceutical ingredients. However, proposed revised Schedule M Part 1 is totally different from current one. In this part, main principles are discussed which are mandatory to follow irrespective of product category, and site master file is separately discussed in Appendix 1. Regarding Part 2, Part 2 of current Schedule M is requirements of plant and equipment. That is requirement for the external preparation, oral liquid preparations, tablet, powder, capsules, surgical dressing, ophthalmic preparations, pessaries, suppositories, inhalers, vitrale, repacking of drugs, pharmaceutical chemicals, parenteral preparations. However, proposed Schedule M Part 2 to Part 12 are specified requirements for manufacturing as per product category. There are different 11 product categories. Here 5 new categories are added as compared to the earlier. So what is Part 2 to Part 12 of revised Schedule M? Part 2 to Part 12 of revised Schedule M specifies the requirement for manufacturing of sterile products, small and large volume parentals, ophthalmic preparation. This is Part 2. Part 3 is product containing hazardous substances like sex hormones, steroids, cytotoxic substances. This is newly added. Part 4 is also newly added, biological products. Part 5 is also newly added, radiopharmaceutical products. Part 6 is also newly added, phytopharmaceutical product. Part 7 is also newly added, that is investigational pharmaceutical products for clinical trials in human beings. Part 8 is oral solid dosage form. Initially, in Schedule M, current Schedule M, Part 1A contained this requirement. Part 9 is oral liquid. Part 10 is specific requirement for manufacturing of external preparations. Part 11 is specific requirement for manufacturing of metered dosage inhalers. Part 12 is specific requirement for manufacturing of active pharmaceutical ingredients. And in revised Schedule M, Part 13 is requirement of plant and equipment for manufacturing of all 11 categories of pharma products. This is somehow similar to Part 2 requirement of current Schedule M. That is external preparation, oral liquid preparation, tablets, powders, capsules, surgical dressings, ophthalmic preparations, pessaries, suppositories, inhalers, vitrales, repacking of drugs and pharmaceutical chemical, parenteral preparation. Everything is covered under Part 13, which was initially covered under Part 2. Let us discuss about the contents of existing Schedule M. In existing Schedule M, there are two parts. In Part 1, general requirements are considered: warehousing area, production area, ancillary area, quality control area, personal, health, clothing and sanitation for personnel, manufacturing of operation and control, sanitation in manufacturing premises, raw material, equipment, documentation and records, labels and printed material, quality assurance, self-inspection and quality audits, quality control systems, specifications, master formula record, packing records, batch packing records, batch processing record, SOP and records, reference samples, reprocessing and recoveries, distribution records, validation and process validation, product recall, complaints and adverse reaction, and 29 was site master file. Part 1A to Part 1F are specific requirements for the manufacturing of sterile product, parenteral preparations, solid oral dosage forms, oral liquid, topical products, metered dosage inhalers, active pharmaceutical ingredients. Part 2 requirement for plant and equipment. In revised Schedule M, all these areas are considered, but content are little bit differ. However, all Schedule M, current Schedule M's, all areas are considered. So what is content of revised Schedule M? First is pharmaceutical quality system, which is new. Quality risk management, good manufacturing practice for the pharmaceutical product. Quality risk management also newly added. In pharmaceutical quality system, definition of GMP is clearly mentioned. Good manufacturing practice responsibilities are clearly mentioned. I will discuss each areas of revised Schedule M in detail in upcoming videos. Otherwise, this video will become lengthy. Just brief about the content of revised Schedule M. So, 4 is sanitation and hygiene, qualification and validation, then complaints, product recall, change control, production under loan license or contract analysis and other activities, self-inspection, quality audits, supplier audit and approval, personal training, personal hygiene, premises, equipment, materials, reference standards, waste material, documentation, good practices in production, good practices in quality control, and computerized system. Here Appendix 1 deals with the detailed information about the preparation of site master file. Part 2 to Part 12 are the specified requirement for the manufacturing. Part 13 is requirement for the plant and equipment for manufacturing of all 11 categories. Friends, this is the brief of the contents. In next video, I will discuss about these contents of revised Schedule M in detail. So thank you for watching. Please go through this so that you can easily understood my next video. Before going for next video, you must go through this video once or twice so that you can understand what is the difference between the current Schedule M and proposed revised Schedule M. And if this information you feel this video is very informative and helpful, then like, subscribe, share and click on the bell icon to receive the notification for the upcoming videos. Also, if you have any comment, please tell me in comment box so that I will try to answer your queries in next video. Thank you.